In tonight's in-depth coverage, Till Debt Do Us Part. For months, I've been following the story of a woman accused of wasting the time and money of wedding businesses throughout Tulsa and even as far away as Omaha, Nebraska and Key West, Florida. Today, she pleaded guilty to 2 felonies connected to her planning of multiple elaborate weddings for herself and then refusing to pay for any of it. She never said, "I do," but as she stood before a Tulsa County District Judge Wednesday, she said, "I did it." Anything you'd like to say, Morgan? Morgan Newby did not feel like talking to Fox 23 Wednesday afternoon, but she said enough in court to a judge as she pleaded guilty to 2 felonies of obtaining goods and services through a con game or false pretense.
I like to see the good in people. I don't do that anymore, obviously.
She tried to pay us, it bounced.
She just completely ghosted me.
As Fox 23 reported last November, Newby was at the heart of a viral post by this woman, Bailey Money, the owner of Bailey Bushelman Photography out of Omaha, Nebraska. The post quickly exploded on social media where Fox 23 was able to verify through many wedding vendors that Newby planned multiple weddings for herself in Tulsa and one even in Key West, Florida. And not only did she not show up for them, she refused to pay for them as well. At times, she would make a payment, and when it would hit the vendor's accounts, she would report it as fraud, and the money would be taken back from the vendors. Some companies are out thousands of dollars.
Sometimes there's misunderstandings. In this case, there was basically a time period of about 3 to 4 months where there was attempts to make the payment, and all the attempts basically didn't go through.
Tulsa police began to investigate the claims last year and arrested Newby for refusing to pay for her wedding invitations. After doing their own digging, they filed 2 felony charges against Newby for her wedding debts, in which services were rendered in Tulsa but were never paid for. Morgan, is there anything you'd like to say? Do you plan on paying these businesses back? After being arrested twice, Newby took a plea deal Wednesday to 2 felony instances that happened in Tulsa. Newby must pay $3,400 to a Tulsa stationery company for unpaid invitations. She must pay $1,200 to Bailey for the work she only specifically performed here. She must also pay court costs. She will be on probation for 2 years, and if she behaves in the eyes of the law and pays in full to her victims, she will have the felonies expunged. The judge set a hard repayment date of June 1st for restitution, or Newby will spend time in prison. The DA's office says they know the viral social media post by Bailey indicates more money may be owed, but they only have jurisdiction of things that happened in Tulsa and cannot force Newby to pay for plane tickets and the wedding that never was in Florida. Let's take a little closer look at that wedding that never was in Florida. I spoke with Lindsay Pinero with El May Events. She worked on the supposed Key West wedding. She says Morgan Newby called her looking to quickly elope last August. Lindsay says Morgan signed a contract authorizing her to make purchases to get things ready quick for the big day. She spent more than $4,000 on items like cake and rare flowers, and then Newby never showed up, and then she refused to pay.
It just went wild. And then all of a sudden I got a text from Morgan after calling saying, "Hey, we're not coming. We're not getting on the plane. I don't know if my relationship's intact anymore. Just send me an email, send me a bill, and I'll make sure to get right with you." And I said, "Well, I have sent you the bill, and you have signed it, and you do have it." And then she just completely ghosted me.
The last time I spoke with Lindsay, she said she was looking at taking Newby to small claims court in Florida. But the Key West wedding wasn't a total bust. A wedding was held last minute as a giveaway, and a Florida couple took advantage of the services Newby ordered. I spoke with Tulsa police when Newby's first arrest warrant was issued earlier this year. TPD's Financial Crimes Unit says they know multiple Tulsa vendors got ripped off by Newby last summer. However, they can only help if you have documented proof of fraud. In the case of the invitation printers and Bailey Money, there were receipts and clear proof of services rendered, which is how we got to the 2 felonies that led up to today's hearing.
If there's any other victims out there of Morgan Newby's elaborate scam to defraud different businesses in the wedding industry, you have rendered services to this woman and have not received payment, yes, you can please reach out to us and file an online police report.
The judge gave Newby until June 1st to pay up in full, or she would likely spend time in prison. Her attorney says Newby has sold her car to pay off of these debts. I know quite a few of you in the local wedding industry are following this case. Many of you messaged me today. I will continue to bring you updates on this.